bullshit.
Houston Texans, week 7 is in the books. We got a fat L against the Packers in Lambeau. But is it as bad as it looks or feels? I don't really know. 5 defensive players out. Offense played the little of the where are you on the milk carton. Joe Mixon looked good. Some highs, some very lows.
Mixon was solid.
I guess we'll break down. I guess where you want to start? Offense, defense.
Y'all are the ones annoyed. You tell me.
Flowers to the special teams. I want to give that off first. Special team, amazing work. Frank
The
Ross
defense was good today.
Yes.
Defense was really good today.
So, I mean, defensively, I mean, you have to take in consideration the amount of injuries that you have, the amount of the players in itself that were injured heading into a game with one of the best offenses and quote unquote one of the better quarterbacks that we played. And they held their own. I mean, Will Anderson did his thing. I know at one point Neville Hewitt was leading in like tackles for the team and everything.
No, they just played good team defense. It was a good scheme today. They did their shit. Like, you didn't give up the big play like we thought they were. They really didn't run the ball other than a couple different runs. Tim Settle was a fucking beast, so they're probably going to drug test him.
I know at one point Neville Hewitt and D'Angelo Ross led the team with 7 tackles apiece. That was beautiful.
I only had issues with one player today on defense, and that's bitch ass Derek Stingley. To be honest with you,
his tripping.
No. Well, first off, why are you playing 11 yards off the receiver when they're trying to get a field goal? And then 2, you keep missing tackles, bro. Like, you got to stop that shit. You're supposed to be the best we got.
You missed one on Tucker Kraft, and then
which they got a first down on. And then, like you said, he got tripped up out of the break. But how the fuck does that happen when you give up so much space? It's ridiculous. But other than that, it was solid as fuck on defense, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he looked like the odd man out for sure. Especially when Tony Romo kept saying, "Oh, he slipped. Oh, he slipped." It's like, bro, can you get some better cleats? Do something.
Tony Romo kept saying, "Jam the receiver, because we're getting enough pressure that you try to bump him off his route, create that extra second or second and a half that it's going to take for him to get rid of that ball, and that might equate to a sack. Not let me run at you at full speed and then you play catch up. I ain't like that."
I know a lot of fans around the league that watched the game outside of Houston were applauding Houston. They were like, "That was a tough game. Y'all went down to the wire. You know, we figured it was going to be one of these back and forth games." And then you go to the other side of it and Texans fans saying this is a terrible game. We're not a playoff team. We're not a contender. We need to make changes. Of course, O-line is quote unquote the problem today that is getting pretty much shined on in all of media, that it was terrible, that it couldn't protect CJ, which we did hear about it during the game. He was getting pressured a lot.
I mean, it's true it was but don't sit there and tell me it had something to do with sacks, bro, because it was bullshit. The O-line was not responsible for those sacks today. Straight the fuck up. And anybody who says it's the O-line, offer me a solution. Straight up. Offer me a solution.
I agree. I mean, people were like, "Oh, go and trade for more O-line. Go and sign more O-line."
Where?
I don't fucking know.
The only thing
Let me
people
break
keep
it
saying
down
is
for you
get rid
real
of
quick.
Tunsil.
Tunsil didn't give up shit today. What the
I
fuck
know
are
that.
they talking about?
I know
Let me
that.
break it down for you people. Look, I'm not the smartest person in the room, but pretty fucking close. They had 4 sacks, right? Okay. So you take 1 sack off because Titus Howard gave up a sack because the tight end stepped on his foot and he just got the tight end blast out. Okay, so we're down to 3, right? Xavier McKinney snuck up off the deep safety to play the line. He delayed blitz off of the left side. Dalton Schultz just botched it. Pop.
Yep.
Dalton Schultz knew it right off the rip. He's like, fuck.
Like, yeah.
Now we're down to 2. You run a stunt in the middle of the field with 2 linebackers. The fucking linebacker popped the center, knocked him off. Mixon's standing there, and he picks up the stunner, and he lets the blitzer run free. Boom, there's another safety sack that goes to the pass protection off a skill position. So it's 1 sack they had today off a bad O-line play. Straight the fuck up.
And that's what kind of I'm like, are we watching the same game here? Because you're getting
different.
Well, yes, but it's like a lot of people are going at O-line. Oh, this guy sucked. But most of the plays were not our O-line. It was Mixon missing a play, Dalton Schultz missing a play, Tank Dell dropped a pass. Like a lot of these offensive weapons around CJ. I mean, CJ had his mistakes also, but it was all of them contributing to it. But yet the O-line is the ones that are getting blamed for it. It's like, oh, he didn't have enough time to do this. Throw the ball away.
Well, that's true. That's true. But you figure that the fuck out. What you stop doing is you either stop running fucking plays that require 90 fucking minutes to get going and figure out how to use your speed to your advantage like they did. At a certain point, they're like, fuck it, just run them across the field and let's make this a foot race. And they were catching balls. We're running deep routes. Like, bitch, we don't have time to do that. What are we doing here? That's ridiculous. You just got to adjust to that. That's why we lost the game, because they adjusted throughout and we did not. That's it. That's the only reason we lost.
Yeah. It was tip your hat to Matt LaFleur. We've seen now, I feel our two losses. Well, no, I'm just saying like 2 losses of out coaching in certain aspects for me is
we shot ourselves in the foot and smashed our nuts in the door, bro. Think about it. We lost by a point.
I get it. I know the mathematics of it, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, D'Amico's getting shat on for not calling the challenge flag on that play. Bobby Slow is getting shat on.
But why would I shoot myself? If you want to blame D'Amico for something, is you should have kicked the fucking field goal and not went for 2. Because there's a point to make up. Why ain't nobody talking shit about Tank Dell's bum ass? You dropped a touchdown, bro. You dropped a fucking touchdown. That's the only benefit you have to me in the red zone is to get down there and get that ball.
He is
like, we don't point the fingers at people we excuse bullshit from as Texans fans. That's the fucking problem. I'm not yelling at you, but I'm saying it's like, oh, we love Tank Dell. Nah, fuck you, dog. You're a 3rd string receiver at best. That's why we fucking are gonna re-sign Diggs. Straight up. Because you couldn't get the job done. You didn't get double teamed today at all. At all. Get open.
He has been terrible this season. Non-existent pretty much. He didn't
have no catches. None. 0. Goose egg.
Yeah, 4 targets, no catch.
He had as many targets as John Mitchie today, and he didn't even see the field. So, I mean...
Hutchins had 1 target. At least he caught that bitch.
Stephon Diggs had 5 receptions.
He caught 1 catch.
Yeah.
5 receptions for 23 yards.
I think it's easy to point...
He did not have 5 receptions for 23 yards.
Stephon Diggs?
He did not have 5 receptions.
I'm looking at it. It says he's 5 receptions for 7 targets.
There's no way Diggs had 5 receptions.
Yeah, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 23 yards. 17.
Them are the most obsolete fucking receptions I ever seen them, because there was like a point in time I thought that bitch was hurt. I was like, where the fuck did this fool go?
His first reception was for 1 yard. So, yeah, it was. I can see the 5 for that many.
Yeah, 28 yards was the most for Dalton Schultz on 2 targets of 1 reception.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure he got all 28 of those on 1 catch, because he had a monster catch to start that game, and then he fucking went bye-bye also.
Cade Stover had 1 for 15.
Granted, yeah, he ran that bitch over, too. He ran over a linebacker. It was hilarious. Granted, we didn't have time to pass the ball, but also you just got to make it work, bro. You got to figure it out. Again, CJ, you can't be a cone. You started to run the ball a little bit in the 3rd quarter, and shit started to open up, and then you stopped.
Yeah. This is a game. This felt like a playoff game a little bit, like back and forth, tough defense on both sides. You know, certain plays. We got the interception, Kalen Bullock. The special teams got the ball back and everything. It's like you got to capitalize on those. And luckily, we capitalized on the 2 turnovers, the field goal, and then the touchdown. But then it just stagnant after that. It was just their defense was changing the game up, like you said. They were coming at you, and it was like, what do we do from here? And it was Everybody's like, oh, we need Nico Collins. Figure it the hell out, dog. Every team in the Kansas City just is 6-0, and they lost their number one running back. Figure it the hell out. Quit using the excuse of Nico Collins. Quit using the excuse of, oh, it's the O-line. It's other stuff. Bobby Slowick, yeah, of course, bro, you can call other things. But people are mad at, like, how do y'all feel about the running of Joe Mixon? Because, I mean, that was the only bright spot it felt like on the offense. So
if Mixon wouldn't have been able to run the ball like that, we would have got beat by 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's why people are like, why are we running the ball so much? I'm like, what else do we have?
The fool had over 100 yards rushing.
Granted, we didn't run any play action off of that. We didn't do anything to help that, because it's like and then I heard the narrative is like, oh, why did y'all play so safe for the field goal at the end when you should have played for a touchdown? It's like, bitch, like, we're not doing very well on offense right now. Like, let's do what we can do to keep this fight going and not get because if we would have tried to score a touchdown and didn't get it, then what? We just lose. No. Let's try to get this to overtime. We just didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were in front of us. Straight up, that's all it was. But also, it's like, you expect that. You got a second-year head coach. You have a second-year offensive coordinator. You got a second-year quarterback against the dude LaFleur who has experience. Like, the game is to be sold, not told. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learn from that. At the very least, for instance, like, to your point again, like, D'Amico should have threw the challenge flag on that catch. I agree with that. We probably would have lost it, but they knew in their fucking mind, I got to get this playoff. A smart player like Danielle Hunter or somebody, they should have jumped it. I'm jumping this fucking shit so early that I'm not going to let the referee let you snap that ball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then D'Amico can, you got to help him out there.
Yeah. It's a yin and yang thing for sure. And I think as Texans fans, we look at Mahomes, like, not us, but people look at Mahomes' success and they're like, well, he did it. Yeah, he had an Andy Reid. He had a Tyreek Hill. He had a Travis Kelce. He was put in the perfect position to do what he's doing. There are players that are still learning. Lamar Jackson, he had to figure it the hell out. Josh Allen's still figuring the shit out. You have to give it time. You have a, like you just said, rookie head coach, rookie offensive coordinator, rookie quarterback. They gave him weapons. Now they have to figure it the hell out. You got to give them time to figure this out. You're 5-2, people. 5-2. Yes, granted, we've had some ugly games that we won, and those could have been losses. Yes, but just saying, like, it could be a lot worse. Get the hell over it. Like,
it's the people. I'm saying, like, people try to dissect the game from an X's and O's perspective when they're merely just a fan. Yeah. Like, just because you were the fucking 4-string kicker on your fucking high school team don't mean you know fucking football. Like, shut the fuck up. Because I can pull plays off of this game and straight up tell you that there's work being done. And I'm going to give you a fucking example. When we were down and out on third down at the very last drive of the game, and that dude with that fucked up name, the Ajib, but whatever dude from there, jumped, and we went from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 1, right? That O-line worked on that. That was a silent snap count. When King, they went from their count must have went from 1 to 3 or something. Because when King tapped the center, he went down, head come up, and the fucking D-line was like, "Let's go!" Boom, he went, and they were like, "No, not yet." Now we go free play. Yeah. They worked on that. You know what I'm saying? To me, like, that's such a small thing that people don't notice, but that's work, because we did that. We tried that shit in Minnesota and got fucking punched in the head for it. But it worked today. So it takes time, bro. It just takes time.
It's like, it's week 7. It's week 7. There's a lot
We're
of
still
football.
Running the division.
It's like, there's still a lot of football. You're going to get players back from injury coming up. You're going to hopefully only get healthier as it goes on. We haven't seen this team to its full potential yet. Who knows? Trades. Nick might be working the phones. You don't know yet, but it's like, take a breather, people. Like, stop.
Now, if somebody came to me and said we need a better center, all right, I'll listen to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't realize the importance of a good center and how much they actually have to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you got Juice Scruggs, who played like half a year, so he's basically a rookie trying to learn how to run a really, really elaborate offense. So if you said that to me, it's like, fine, I'll entertain that conversation. But then also, like, If the coaches fucking felt that way, don't you think he'd be on the bench already?
Like I saw people giving shit to like Kenyon Green today, and he's ranked one of the worst at his in the football from quote unquote, metric spectrums and all that. But it's like, give me one O line. There's probably like two teams with O lines that are probably solid the whole way around. At some point, your O line's gonna have a weak link. I mean, let's just be freaking honest. It's the NFL. You're not gonna have a perfect O line. If you are, your rest of your team probably sucks somewhere, or somewhere on your defense sucks.
I watched the game, bro. Like I didn't see where. Like, I'm not saying he's
Yeah,
phenomenal and he can't get better, but like, what are y'all looking at? They act like he's just being thrown into CJ's lap or something, and
yeah.
the pressure wasn't coming from that side.
He didn't even play last year. I'm just happy he's out there. I'm like, hey, bro, get out there, get your big feet going, bro. Like, let some of that North Shore juice fucking move around.
It's that damn shit where he's injury prone and people already got a reputation on him, and he can't shake it because they won't give him a chance. You know what I mean?
I think like as Texans fans, we're a part of the minority for sure that is not worried about the team in a whole. I mean, there's shit they can fix. They've said it. I mean, Joe Mixon was like, "Hey, we're our own worst enemy." Like,
Yes.
but we have a great team. Like, if we play to our fucking full potential, we can go out there and compete. And Packers
Yes.
fans all day today were like, "Hey, dude, your team's legit." And I was like, well, "Thank you," because half of the damn Houston fans saying that we suck. They're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And I was like, "I don't fucking know."
If Kenyon Green and Laramie Tunsil were the problem, how come when Mixon scored today, they ran to that side?
They talked
Not
about
only
it. Tony Romo even said he finds the biggest hole. It was fucking there. It was wide open.
it was fuck. The second touchdown was so fucking beautiful, or the first one, because they pulled Shaq Mason and he went and crashed on that fucking bitch ass corner that's standing. I'm telling you, that corner was like, "Don't hit me, don't hit me," and he blew his ass up. And then Mixon was like, "La la 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 la."
Yeah.
This is easy because it's just so stupid, man.
Oh man, how'd y'all feel about the Stephon Diggs altercation in the beginning?
I loved it. I loved it because I think our offense they don't portray the same attitude our defense does. I feel like, but shit like that does. It's just dependent on who started it. But if he started it, it's like, hey, don't do that. But if you stuck up for yourself, then I'm like, all right, that's cool.
So
I saw something on Twitter beforehand. They said that it wasn't true. They said that Stephon Diggs got ejected before the game, and it had a lot of Texans fans losing their fucking mind beforehand.
Yeah.
And they were saying, "Oh, this fool needs to fucking leave. We don't need him on the team. We don't need him here."
no, those are those stupid fans that I don't want.
Yeah.
But that's why you should get your source from us on our Facebook, first of all, because it's real. But second of all, he told reporters, he talked to reporters. He's like, "I don't give a shit. Ask me a question." He says, "I don't give a fuck if I'm by myself or with a million. I'm never the bigger person. I ain't letting shit go." He goes, "I heard them chirping when I was trying to go to the locker room, so I held my ground and held my nuts, pretty much."
Oh yeah.
And that's what we need. We need that shit. We talk about the Astros to be needing that shit. Hey, Stephon
Do you
Diggs,
think CJ's soft?
I do think there's a point of it. I do think that one point when Alexander was talking shit to him, it kind of flipped a little switch. I was like, come on, keep going at him, keep going at him. I just feel that he has there's something that's going to happen this season that's going to piss him the fuck off. And I'm thinking
Yeah, but
the
I
gears
want
are
that to
turning.
be his approach to it. Like,
Yeah,
no more
where
Mr.
it just
Nice Guy,
happens.
bro.
Yeah, I want him to go out there. Last year we saw a lot of it. This year we haven't seen much of it, I feel like. But I think last year he was playing with house money also, so it's a little easier when you're doing that. This year you got to refine that fire, and once it's lit, hopefully that pissed him the hell off. I hope we see a documentary one day and he's just like, that was the moment that I got pissed the fuck off. It's like something, man.
I mean, he was talking shit to Jay Alexander at one point.
I was like, so I mean,
Look, Packers fans are gonna hate this, but fuck Jair Alexander. You're a bum. You didn't have no impact on today's game. You're no longer, in my mind, considered the upper echelon elite of the cornerback position. You just talk shit. Cause if your bitch ass gets cut off the Packers, you might get another stop at another team, but that's about it. Fuck that guy.
I was like, bro, you were like, you're not a Sertan, you're not a Sauce, you're not a Like you're not up there. Like
At one point he was, I think,
yeah, at
but I
one
don't
point,
believe you
yeah.
to be there anymore.
I mean, at one point I was in my 20s in my prime. Shit happens. It's life.
You get older, yeah.
Yeah. I guess what's one thing this team can do going forward? I mean, we're about to have some tough games, back to backs.
Again, and it's really hard to tell you what to do better when you don't get to do your job the right way. Like we're you said earlier, it's like a playoff game. We're making it harder on ourselves. You literally got to dog shit out when you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, so many
because there was drives that were easy. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like you're moving the ball for 40, 50 yards easily, and then you just decide to not to anymore. And so I want to see a complete game. So consistency is what you need to be. Be more consistent. Like, quit worrying. The whole team needs to quit worrying about what the fuck everybody else does and do your job. Your job is all that should matter to you when you come to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think they need to work on fucking catching better. God damn.
Tank.
Yeah.
Tank. I don't want to see you at no parties, bro. Halloween, no. You don't catch no candy catching balls, bro. Footballs. Basketball.
Well, we play on Halloween, so I sure hope he's fucking catching balls.
Yeah.
Don't be catching bullets either again.
Yeah, don't do that. Mine, penalties. The Neville Hewitt, it's like, it's funny from a hindsight, like, oh, WWE slam again, but it's like, bro, that was a very costly penalty. Like,
it was very costly, but also like I tell you all the time, all our homeboys we got that have kids that play football and shit. They were like, he's too aggressive. I was like, just let him be.
No.
I would rather have to figure out how to tone your ass back than have to motivate you all the time.
Yeah. No, and that's, to me, it's where I look at it and I'm like, damn, like that was costly, but there's still so much time in the game that penalty shouldn't matter at the end of it because you should.
There was a play in the fourth quarter, probably about halfway through the fourth quarter, where they ran like a jet sweep with Jaden Reed, and out of nowhere, I just seen 43 and boom, he fucking blew him up, and I was like, fuck, and they're like, Jaden Reed's hurt, and I was like, see, that's why I deal with the other bullshit, because you just popped their player for a loss of 5, and now he's hurt. So
the interception, he fucking, even the other one that he almost had a game with tip.
If we would have caught that, we would have won the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like this, I don't take this loss to heart because that one play would have changed everything. It was one, you're just learning.
Yeah. And that's why I said you got 2 guys stepped in at linebacker that weren't starting. Yeah, pretty much 3 linebackers out today. So
you had a bunch of people out.
Yeah, there was a lot of players out. We'll see what trades are made.
Don't get me wrong, bro. When Will Anderson went to the blue tent, my nuts kind of dropped. And I was like, don't do this to me, Lord. Not on Sunday. Don't do this to me.
I was a little nervous. He did have he has 6.5 sacks now. Balling.
I'll tell you what. And I'm going to apologize first and foremost to Danielle Hunter because I've been critical of him, but I think a lot of people have. But in that fourth quarter, in the beginning of the fourth quarter, they were 1st and 19 from like their, I want to say like their 7. It was 2 obvious pass downs, and Danielle Hunter was like, "This is what they pay me for." He got that motherfucker twice. One, he missed it. The second one, he popped him, and I was like, "That's what he does. Yeah. That's what he does."
Listen, the young guy over there, he's like, I got this.
Joe Mixon had a good game.
True, baller. That dude there is just a baller in itself. Joe Mixon joins Arian Foster as the second running back in franchise history to record 100 rushing yards and multiple touchdowns in consecutive games.
So our offensive line sucks though, right? That we can't run the ball, right?
Yeah, we suck
though, right? That's the way it goes, yeah.
Oh, people are saying last year's O-line was better, even though we couldn't run a ball 1 yard. But
that O-line last year had the mentality to pass protect. So they're so different. You know what I mean? It's different. There's like 2 different people, 3 different people because Titus Howard wasn't even there.
I know. I know there's going to be a lot of you Texans fans out there that are not going to agree with anything we said. You're going to say that we need to trade the whole O-line, revamp it. I read some of the dumbest comments today. Somebody said use every pick on the O-line. Like, I am so happy that most of you are not our general manager of any team.
Hey, I thought we got rid of Tegan Quintoriano.
We did, but we re-signed him off of Chicago's practice squad after what's his name got hurt for the season. I think it was Brevin Jordan.
Because if I seen that 85, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought
Yeah.
you was gone. I was like, he
He came
snuck in the
back
stadium.
a week ago, I believe. About a week ago. But any last minute takes?
Not really.
Yeah, I don't really have
I'm
much.
pretty sure somebody will comment on here to tell me we're stupid. And we don't consider this, yada, yada, yada. But whatever.
Yeah. Next up, we got Colts. We'll figure that one out.
Oh, it's a bounce back game. We'll beat the shit out of them.
I hope so. It's my birthday, so if all I want for my birthday is the Texans to win, we got that Texans. Other than that, Houston, let's hope the cold comes back because we miss it. Texans, keep your heads up. Like Anthony Edwards says, take your losses like you take your wins. Keep your head up. We are out of here, Houston. All love.